Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Um, Round boy here. Everyone, it's time for our weekly track roundup where I go over what I felt were the worst and the best tracks of the week. You guys are amazing. You guys are fantastic. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right. Good chunk of tracks in this one. Like usual, I just feel so out of sorts. I don't know why, but we're going with it. We are going with it. It's the weekly track roundup. Going over what I thought were the best and worst tracks of the week. They're all linked down below, so you can check them all out for yourself as usual. Also down below in the description box, our Amazon associate link, our Great Satan associate link, Turntable Lab associate link. If you use that link, get a colorful pressing of a record that we've reviewed on the channel. We get kickback from it, supports the segment, supports the channel. Here we go. Also, have to shout out, this next to my head is a charity compilation for the Immigrant Legal Resource Center. It has a ton of amazing artists on it that we've covered on the channel over the years, including Open Mike Eagle, Chong the Nomad, Street Sects, who else is on here? Igloo Ghost, Polyphia, Shushu is on here, Mark Kozlik is on here, Caltruchesta is on here, Austin's on here. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Tons of people are on this comp. Link down below to check the comp. We have pre-orders available. The record's coming out late fall. Okay, it'll be shipped out directly to you once you pre-order it. We sold out the first batch of pre-orders. The current batch of pre-orders is more than halfway sold out so far. So if you really want this comp, it's limited edition. It's yellow and black. Get it now while you can. If we sell out this batch, we most likely will make some more. But remember, it's all for a good cause. Immigrant Legal Resource Center. We will link to their site down below as well, so you can see what they're all about. Okay? All right, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Let's get into the worst tracks of the week. Not too many worst tracks of the week, a good handful. The new Tegan and Sara single, Don't Believe the Things They Tell You, They Lie, is just like a really cheap piece of acoustic pop rock that is really obnoxious. Just very sad that Tegan and Sara are not really artistically in the state that they used to be. I'm also sad that that is the case for M83, who can't seem to stop dropping teaser tracks that pretty much sound like bad progressive synth sci-fi soundtrack music. The music video for this latest one, which is not exactly safe for work or anything, also confirms that, as it just looks like a bad art film. Not really getting at all what the point of this new record is, outside of just like pairing each teaser track with like a section of a bad movie. I can't say I'm caring for it so far. And we also have this new track from Lil Mosey, who you guys might remember had a very mediocre performance during the whole XXL freshman everything. And this new track featuring him and Gunna is not surprising in the fact that it's horrendous. Given that it's a very generic trap beat, Gunna completely underwhelms, Lil Mosey completely underwhelms. Neither artist is really all that impressive. It's just really bad trap auto-crooning with no compelling or interesting features or aspects whatsoever. So, whatever. Let's get into the tracks I thought were kind of meh. Not blowing me away, but still worth mentioning. We have one from Soccer Mommy, which is a musical project I haven't really been crazy about up until this point, but this new song, Lucy, is a pretty solid piece of alternative rock. Good guitars, good drumming, good hook, fine energy. Vocals and tune could have stood out a little bit more, in my opinion, but still a solid piece of alt rock. Give it a try. Give it a shot. Also digging on the new FINNEAS single a little bit. It's kind of short. I wish there was more to it, but the production is a little eclectic. The tune that he sings throughout the track is cute, and it's essentially a song about not missing anyone anymore. I don't miss you at all is the title of it. So it's about what the title obviously makes it out to be about. And I don't know, I there are aspects of it that I like more than FINNEAS's last single, and need I mention that FINNEAS is in fact Billie Eilish's brother, producer and songwriter Billie Eilish's brother. So There are aspects of this, again, that I like more than his last major single that was attached to a music video. So I don't know. I mean, the guy's obviously super creative and a great producer, given the input that he had on Billy's record and how good that came out, in my opinion. So, I think it's maybe only a matter of time before he finds his own solo artistic voice. And we also have this new track over here from Alicia Keys featuring Miguel, which I think could have been a bit more fiery, but I do like the simple guitar licks, the sensual groove, the very sexy atmosphere, and despite how low-key this track is, Alicia Keys and Miguel on here, Show Me Love is the title of this cut, have quite a bit of chemistry. Quite a bit of chemistry. I'll say that. Some really good chemistry on this song. All right, let's get into the tracks that were really leaving a positive impression on me, really blowing me away, or just making me love them. Hold on, I had to make a note for myself over here. All right, let's go. First off, we have Wilco, new Wilco record on the way. This is the first bit of music that I'm hearing from it that was really kind of blowing me away. This song over here is titled Everyone Hides, and it's a bit of an acoustic rocker with some great drive and attitude. It's kind of fun. Jeff Tweedy really kind of bringing the personality back on this one. It's a very engaging, exciting little tune. We also have this track over here that I am digging quite a bit from none other than Teebs of Brain Feeder Records fame, who has this new single out titled Studie, featuring none other than Panda Bear. And I mean, I do love it. I love the production on it. I love the energy of the track. I think that the vocals on the cut are fantastic as well. But given that it is Teebs, like, not every song on the record is going to sound like this. Panda Bear's not on every track. So while I do think this is good and it is exciting and the production is very creative and it's thick and it's colorful and it's kaleidoscopic and, it's got those classy, wonky flavors, but he makes those very necessary alterations that one, I think, would need to in order to complement Panda Bear and his style. It's a really great track. It's a fantastic crossover and collaboration. Goes over way better than I originally thought it would have when I went out to go try it. But I don't know what to think going from here, because it's been a while since a Teebs project really kind of like left an impression on me. But I guess we'll see. Looking out. We also have this track from Keyboard Kid, who many people should know for his many production connections to none other than the legendary bass god Lil B. He has a new little project mixtape out. It's incredibly short. Some of the tracks on there don't really leave much of an impression, but this one particular track that hit pretty hard, in my opinion, Ashy to Classy featuring Big Baby Scumbag, is a banger alert. It's a banger alert. Don't miss out on this one. It's zany. The bars are funny. The beat goes hard as fuck. Hell yeah to Keyboard Kid. We also have Free Nationals, who you should know is basically Anderson .Paak's backing band. They have a new single out featuring JID and some other artists as well. It's groovy, it's sexy, it's soulful, it's sensual, and the JID feature is fantastic. We also have DJ Shadow, who surprisingly blew me away with this new track over here. I guess he's probably got something on the way very soon. This new track, Rosie. Oh my God, the vocal samples on this one, the way he chops it up, and the beat. This is one of the most insane tracks Shadow has put out in a long time. This was fantastic. This was fan-fucking-tastic. I'm not sure what else to say about it other than that. It's classic, it's zany, it's colorful. It's not as abstract or moody as a lot of Shadow's classic stuff, which I think is fine. It's very upbeat. I mean, if you're heavy into, I'll say, the Avalanches, you will love this track. Not to say that he's ripping them off or that it's exactly like the Avalanches. I'm not saying that. But if you like a lot of very upbeat, sample-based music with some great groove to it, you're going to love this. You're going to love it. We also have this new track from DIIV. Zachary Cole Smith and the gang have been building up to this new full-length album, Deceiver. And damn, at first I was not all that into this track because it seemed like very apparent to me that it was a bit of a krautrock ripoff and not doing anything too original. But the longer it went on and the more I got a feel for the groove and the more embellishments and production tricks the band started to employ into this very lengthy, kind of jammy track, the more I was impressed. Like, the energy is great, the grooves are great, the direction and progression of it all is really good too. I don't know what to say. I guess this is the most I've been impressed with DIIV stuff in a while. And not that they haven't had some good tracks here and there, like on their past stuff, but this one's actually got me kind of hyped for the new record. You know, could actually end up being a record that I really do end up enjoying. And it's always saddened me that I don't enjoy DIIV as much as some people do. So fucking with this track heavy. Danny Brown also has a new track out, Best Life. Loving this one. Certainly liking it more than the last one. The super soulful, bright, sunny instrumental on this track is great. Danny's lyrics basically detailing this grimy lifestyle he used to lead at one point and essentially celebrating his transition to a new and better way of living and, essentially kind of bringing it to a point thematically and philosophically where, you've only got that one life, so just live your best life, essentially, is what the message of this track is. It's great. I'm loving it. And the flow is improved on this track, too. The flow is a head bobber, that yelpy, type of inflection and delivery is back in full force, and liking it, loving it. Fantastic. And intro, DaBaby. DaBaby's back with a new track. DaBaby's latest record, I wasn't really super crazy about. I think he's a very good rapper, but a lot of the beats are pretty one-dimensional. Not a whole lot in terms of like focused song topics or anything like that. When I hear DaBaby, I'm mostly impressed by what he's doing in terms of like, feature or something like that. I see him as like a feature rapper. But this song over here, intro, certainly like started changing my mind on that a little bit. It's like, shit, he is like focusing so hard on everything that he's saying. It's all lining up narratively. It's so personal. It's so compelling. And it's great. It's structured really like a story. And I didn't know that was, something that even cared to try to do. So at least as well as he's doing it here. Over a very fantastic, colorful, and almost cinematic instrumental too. So, great beat choice on this track too, to sort of tell this story and spit these verses. So, really great track from DaBaby. I'm fucking with it heavy. And also loving as well this new Caroline Polachek track. She is just dropping great single after great single from this new album. It may be one of the better pop records of the year when it drops. It's turning out pretty good. Fucking with what the Caroline is doing really heavy. It's bold, it's melodic, it's catchy, it's artsy, it's creative. Loving it. And Brittany Howard, this track Georgia from her newest LP. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I am semi-planning on covering this record this week. So, again, don't want to talk about it too much because you will get my thoughts very soon, eventually. And I want to give a shout out also to Boards of Canada, who this track XYZ, which has been in the rounds for a while now. It's like it's been around because this is from a Peel session years and years and years ago, decades ago at this point. And apparently this track is being included along with many others in a new Warp Records compilation of session recordings, radio recordings, that sort of thing. It's a very spendy collection of tracks that they're going to put out in a vinyl box set. But this one's fantastic. It's really good. I haven't heard it before personally. So, give it a listen. Give this rendition, this performance, listen, give it a try. If you're a huge Warp Records fan or a huge fan of a lot of the artists that are being featured on the comp, look it up. Maybe you'll want to blow over $100 on the vinyl box set. Who knows? And that has been the weekly track roundup, everybody. That has been the weekly track roundup. You are the best, best, best. Again, remember all the tracks that I've talked about are linked down below. You could check them out for yourself, along with, one more time, that link that we have to that compilation, that charity compilation we have put out. Limited number of pre-orders right now. We may do more if these sell out. We will see. But get them now while you can if you want the compilation sooner rather than later. Because if we do another batch down the road, it's going to come weeks after these current batches were trying to get together. So again, if you want this comp sooner rather than later, get it sooner rather than later. Love you. See you in the next video. See you in the next review. Anthony Fantano, forever.